Hey guys, this is Scarra here with another vlog for you guys. Generally, I just want to talk about what's been happening in the LCS with Team Dignitas and me as well. So let's look at how Team Dig has been doing in the LCS so far. We're currently 6-4. It's not great. It's positive, but honestly, it doesn't really mean too much because we're still not we still made some really bad mistakes this week. The 4 losses that I'll currently be going over is we lost to CLG, Curse, XCG, and TSM. So the CLG loss, we lost because we let them siege for an eternity when we had an initiation and we were ahead. The Curse game, we lost because our early game was atrocious. The mid flash alone cost me 4 waves middle. And although we equalized the gold, our team comp was worse than theirs going into late game. We should have never really been in that situation. XCG we lost because we didn't close out the game correctly. And although people would be like, oh yeah, Dig threw a Baron, whatever. It's mainly because we just failed to have initiation while we were ahead again. So it was very similar problems to our CLG loss. And TSM we lost because Bjergsen destroyed me and smashed me, and then eventually just transitioned that into roaming and smashing the rest of my team. And there was really not much else to say about that TSM game. It was pretty one-sided. General thoughts is that I think at least 2 of our losses were due to initiation problems, and a lot of that has to do with communication from Kiwi Kid as well as the other initiator. A lot of times it's either me or Crumbs, so we're going to spend a lot of time in the next couple of weeks looking to fix that. Personal performance wise, I feel like I personally need to be able to transition early game leads into bigger impacts to the game, because a lot of times my laning phase will be pretty good, but I won't be able to transition that into anything else. I've already taken some steps to fix this, so I'm not really going to explain what I've taken. I still feel like the large majority of our losses are due to me underperforming in mid lane. I feel like if I do step up, then Dig will be definitely a top NA team, if not a contender for a world team as well. Overall, I feel like this is the strongest Dig team we've had since LCS started last year. Having an analyst like our analyst Earl behind me, living in the house has helped enormously, and being able to make a more efficient training regimen on a day-by-day basis. I feel like our weekly strategies have gotten a lot better because we just perform. I feel like not only are our strategies fresh every week, we focus better on certain problems that we're having on a week-by-week basis. So we'll be able to bring, or we should be able to bring a lot more to our table, or the table. Our preparation with games is getting better and better. I feel like we're one of the best teams one of the teams that prepare the best. Even in past LCS seasons where we were terrible, we would just sneak in a lot of wins because our preparation, our ban pick phase was just better than other teams. Which isn't to say they don't prepare well, but just to say that we focus on bans and picks a lot, because I feel like bans and picks are super important in a game like League of Legends. I think maybe in another game like Dota 2, where there's more counterplay in items or mainly just items, that counterpick the ban pick phase may not be super important, but at least in League of Legends, if you have a worse team comp and you have worse lanes, then you auto lose the game unless they perform worse than you do. It's not auto lose, but it's really hard to recover, especially when you're coming in at a deficit, or they just prepare better than you. I think that especially in the LCS, you have to be really open-minded and being able to change what you're doing week by week. And I think a lot of teams are starting to realize that since it is a best of 1 structure, coming in with a new strat against every team on a week by week basis is probably the best thing you're gonna do. Some teams don't really rely on a specific strategy. They just do bans picks and try to play the game out well. I feel like that's what TSM is doing right now. Is they're coming in, they have a really solid their ban pick phase is at pretty much just neutral. They get ahead, but they don't really get ahead because they ban and pick better. They just get ahead because Bjergsen is probably the best mid laner in NA right now. So what happens is Odwin goes mid lane a lot, and it snowballs Bjergsen. Bjergsen's able to influence and impact the game through that. And sure, they won one game where Dyrus got enormous and Bjergsen got camped. But even when Bjergsen got first blooded, he was still able to recover his lane and still able to make a huge impact in the game. I feel like right now TSM may not be strategically stronger than they were last season, or teamwork wise, but they have a mid laner who just does a lot. He is insane. And he's actually the reason why I feel like mid lane is such a strong role, because when you take over a game like that, very consistently he has, it just makes it so easy for TSM, because you don't really even need a strategy. If your strategy is literally just camp middle, And once you camp middle, secure the other objectives on the map once he gets a kill. And that's huge. Like that, just being able to close out games, like it's so easy to play the game out when it's 4v5 or when it's like 3v5, because Bjergsen just single-handedly gets kills in laning phase without the jungle all the time. Yeah, there's not too much for else for me to talk about. Generally, my cough has been worried about for a bit. So my cough is a side effect of me going to Vegas for like 20 hours for a Western Digital thing, the Western Digital fan night, and I've started to take stronger meds for it, and it's starting to get a lot better. But it probably won't get fully healed till the end of the month, which just sucks. And for streaming, I really don't have too much good things to say about that. Like, the problem with streaming right now is that I really feel uncomfortable streaming, especially with my current setup, because what happens is my microphone picks up everything in the room, and just generally talking like at the volume that I talk at, like I talk really, really loud with 3 other people in the room, just like irritates them, because typically the only time I have free time is after scrims, and the other people use free time to like interact with like other people or just like play games individually, and I don't really want to be disturbing them while they have free time. So I typically just think like I really want to stream, but the situation right now isn't very good for me, looking good for me on doing that. And I'll definitely look to update you guys more on that. Well, hope you guys really enjoy this vlog, and I hope you stick with us through our ups and downs. Like I know we didn't have a great week this week, but I'm hoping to bounce back next week. Peace.